Hines Ward and Terrell Davis. Really excited to welcome them on today's episode of the Bleav in Steelers podcast. Fellas, welcome in.
Glad to be a part of it.
Yeah, nice to be here, guys.
So we got the salute. We got the mile high from TD, right? Bam. And we got the guy who used to always smile, my former teammate, but he used to put a hurting on a lot of people. And Hines Ward. Fellas, I appreciate y'all being on the show this morning. I know it's early. I know y'all got a lot going on, but I'm going to get straight to the punch. And I'm going to start with you, Hines. Who you got winning the Super Bowl and why?
I'm going to go with the Rams, just because of the Georgia alum that we have on the Rams as well. I want to, Georgia won the national championship, so I want to see my fellow Bulldogs bring home a Super Bowl ring. But overall, just looking at it, man, the Rams, Aaron Donald, Von Miller, the matchup in the trenches, Rams D-line versus Cincinnati's O-line. I just don't know how do you stop those guys. How do you block Aaron Donald? Especially for Cincinnati, who's given up 8 sacks so far in the postseason. Just looking at overall, just the firepower. Matthew Stafford, OBJ, Cooper Kupp. You got Jalen Ramsey locking everybody down with Aaron Donald and Von Miller and company. It's just hard for me not to go with the Rams with that firepower and the guys they have on their team.
Yeah, I think I'm with the Rams too, man. I'm with the Rams too. For me, it's like that old team that when I was in Denver and we had that kind of win one for John mentality when we won our first Super Bowl. I think that sense is there for the Rams, right? It's there with Stafford. It's there with Aaron Donald. It's there with Andrew Whitworth. I mean, there's a lot of old guys who had never hoisted that trophy. So, and they're playing at home. I mean, I think that ultimately is going to be the difference.
Hey, Hines, you don't feel like the Cincinnati Bengals got a little bit of 2005 Pittsburgh Steelers in them on what we did?
I would say that a little bit, just a little bit, but having the year that Cincinnati had the last year, that's why I see the difference. Last year I think they won 4 to 5 games, and now they're the Cinderella story where they're at. They won our division, the AFC North. I just think the firepower, they're just so young. For them, there's no pressure because no one expected them to play in the Super Bowl. But ultimately, at the end of the day, you always know, man, we lean on our playmakers. When the big game comes, we always count on our guys who led us there the whole way. You got your role players. Just do your job. Don't try to do more than what you have to do. But at the end of the day, you lean on the guys that's gotten you there, the Jalen Ramsey, the Aaron Donald, the Von Miller, Matthew Stafford. Those guys are what you lean on in the big game. And that's what it's all about to me. So that's the difference, Ike.
Gotcha. Hey, TD, if you had one drive, TD, one drive, I know you got the LA Rams. Who you taking, though? You taking Matthew Stafford or you taking Joe Burrow, right?
Ooh, one drive.
You got one drive. What quarterback you taking?
I'm still going with Stafford, man. I'm still going with Stafford. I got to go with the dude. I am. Okay. Listen, I respect Joe and what he's done in his young career. There's no doubt about it. But I need that dude that's been hardened by a bunch of failure, a bunch of disappointment, a guy who recognizes that it's not all about what do you mean? He hasn't been in the league long enough.
I don't have to because we already know he's special. So I had to leave. I had to leave Ohio State because I couldn't start because y'all like somebody else better than me. I go down to LSU. I wind up tearing it up. Don't forget how good I was in high school, how good I was in college. I just so happened to have the juice. Now, last year, I didn't have a full season because I got my ACL torn. So I only played 4 games last year. This year, when he came back 100%, when I saw what really clicked for me was that Tennessee game when you get sacked 9 times. And we all know this. Yeah. Usually when a quarterback gets sacked 9 times, they start seeing ghosts. You know what I'm saying? You can just whistle at them, and they'll fall down and they'll take a sack. Jackpot Joe didn't budge at all. And don't get me wrong, I love Matthew Stafford. I think his toughness is something we don't talk about enough because if you just ask his teammates, they'll say how tough the young man and the injuries he played through as a quarterback, something similar, Hines, to what Ben does. Ben kind of just play through whatever injury he going through, and really nobody know unless he tell him. But at the same time, that's just how I look at Jackpot Joe. I think it's time for the Cincinnati Bengals. I think it is a Cinderella story. I understand they do have a lot of LA star potential over there for the Rams, and that's just what it is. But I'm gonna rock with Cincinnati. But I get it. I get what y'all saying. But
I wouldn't be shocked if the Bengals won. So that's what I'm not saying that this is a clear. I'm saying that either team can win this one. And I think part of this for me is not that I'm thinking the Rams 100%, but what I'm saying is I'm kind of rooting for the Rams just because of Aaron Donald was on the team, the Andrew Whitworth, who's 16-year career, never won one. And of course, Matthew Stafford, Georgia Bulldog, man. So I got to root for him.
You're right. You're right.
Hines, let me hop in here. Hines, you and TD were college teammates at Georgia. I don't know the best way to ask this question, but what's the best story that you can share when you two were college teammates at the University of Georgia?
I got plenty of great stories. Let me just tell you, we both played running back, and TD was the tailback. So basically, we had two tailbacks, and at the time, we were running the ball, and TD was the fullback, and he got tired of blocking for me. So one time in the huddle, he's like, "Hines, you go right here. I'm getting the ball." And I looked at him, I was like, he's the senior on the team. I'm the freshman. What I'm supposed to say? And then next thing you know, I lined the fullback. They handed it off to Terrell. Needless to say, it wasn't a great play because I was 165 pounds. But Terrell's frustration of wanting to run the ball because they were giving it to me all the time. But I went out there. I gave my 165 pounds. I threw my body out there. So TD likes to credit that the reason that I was so aggressive in the run game in my pro career was the testament to him putting me at the fullback position and blocking for him. So he gets all the credit for my tenacity and my blocking tenacity in the league.
Yeah, I don't you think I should get some credit for that?
You got that right, TD.
I created one of probably the greatest blocking receiver in the history of the game. So I should get some credit.
Hey,
what? 165 pounds. That's quite a strategy.
Hey, but TD, when you say it like that, it's almost like I'm the girl with great personality.
No. Hines.
I do have what I'm saying?
No. But hold up. We already know the passing part. That's a given. The receiving part is a given.
Yeah.
So no, I'm saying but the blocking part, dude. That's where the receiver goes. That respect level I have for receivers who block like that. Man, come on, man. Anybody can catch the ball.
Right.
But when you over there putting your body and blocking them for the run game, man, that's where my level of respect is up there. So I respect you for that, brother.
Hey, TD,
that's all good.
Hey, TD,
yes,
we used to tell Hines in training camp, we used to sign peace treaties with Hines like, hey, bro, don't start that today. Bro, just go on. Hey, if you got a crack block, go on, give me a warning or something. But you 100%, you 100% right, TD. Blocking is a want to, and Hines went beyond of wanting to block for somebody. He tried to take your soul out of another grown man. That's exactly what Hines did. So I was just glad, man, Hines was on my side or on my team because what I used to see him do, and I ain't gonna say no Hall of Fame with names. What I used to see Hines do to a lot of Hall of Famers, that was very impressive.
I appreciate that, Ike, man. I appreciate it, man.
I know our time is limited. I've got one more question for Hines. How often do you and Ike text about Super Bowl 40? Because Ike intercepts the Seahawks. They're driving down in the fourth quarter. 4 plays later, you catch the reverse pass from Antoine Randall. Do you guys text hourly about this, daily about this? How frequently do you talk back and forth about that?
No. Well, I can tell you one thing. I mean, the thing that we had, man, we complimented each other very well. I think we probably weren't the most talented team in Super Bowl 40, the team that I've been on, but we're the most close-knitted team ever. Yeah. I mean, the things that offense, defense, special teams, we hung out off the field. We played cards, man. We got treatment together. We watched games. So for Ike to come up with a huge interception, that changed the momentum because they were driving. Seattle was driving down there. For Ike to get the interception, I grabbed my helmet, jumped off, gave him a tap on that butt and went out there. And then a couple plays later, Antoine Randall throws a touchdown pass. So for me, it's not just about me winning the Super Bowl or becoming Super Bowl MVP. To me, that was a group effort. I always say time and time again, me winning Super Bowl MVP wasn't about me. It was really about the team. And Ike getting that huge interception was big for us. It changed the momentum. And we just went down there to seal the game for an Antoine Randall pass to myself down in the end zone.